Hello, my name is John Beisel, and I am the co-founder of Triforce Transformation Team. So, my wife and I just finished watching the show Adolescence on Netflix, which has been trending. It's really popular, and I had some thoughts on it. A big theme in the show was the relationship between the father and the son, and that's the part that really spoke to me. It got me thinking about how my dad, never really grew up with access to male vulnerability. In fact, in his generation, not only was he not taught to be vulnerable, he was actively discouraged to be vulnerable. And so as a result, there was a lot of emotional negligence when I was growing up in my family. It's not really his fault. He wasn't taught the tools to actively be vulnerable with me. And that got me thinking about how fortunate I am today. Male vulnerability is something that is now being encouraged instead of not being talked about at all. I am so fortunate that I have access to programs like Celebrate Recovery at my church. I struggled with addiction, and these are programs which I had to seek out in order to recover from my addiction. And a core part of these programs is vulnerability. And that is something that for a long time, up until my generation, men just didn't have access to. And now I do, and I'm so grateful for that. And I think this is very encouraging for the future of men and how we communicate with each other and how we treat others, how we treat women. We are able to share our feelings. We are able to learn how to just be more open about our emotions. And I think that's not only beneficial to us, but I think it's beneficial to those around us. And looking forward, I want to have kids. And when I do, whether I have a son or whether I have a daughter, I have been given the tools to be vulnerable in front of them. And that's very encouraging for me because I'll be able to teach my son or daughter how to be open, how to share their emotions, how to share what they're feeling. And that, gives us, me with them and them with me, greater access to each other than I had with my dad and my dad had with me. Again, I'm not mad at my dad. He did the best he could given the tools that he had. But now I have access to these tools of vulnerability, and I'm so encouraged by that. Hey, before I go, I want to talk about this group that my wife and I formed called Trapped in Triggers. It's an open space, it's a free space that we've created for people to come, to be vulnerable, to share with each other, because we all have trauma in our past, and these experiences hinder us from opening up to others. So if you want to break free from these trauma responses, if you want a safe space to talk to someone, please join us. So comment trigger below, and we'll DM you. Love you guys. Bye for now.